Hello, my name is Michael Kettner and I am a business owner here in the great province of Ontario, and I am a libertarian. And I thought I would, for my second video, post a controversial topic, or at least what I think is a controversial topic. So ahead of time, I very much apologize because my intent is not to create controversy, but rather to present the libertarian message in a positive way for running Canada. But I know there will be controversy, so again, I just want to apologize for that ahead of time. To launch right into this, I'm sitting here in my office, and right on the other side of this camera and on the other side of this computer monitor is my office window. And so I have a little view, and within that view is an alleyway, and across on the other side of that alleyway is an apartment building. And it's not a bad looking apartment building, it's a decent looking apartment building. And this apartment building sits right in the middle of town. And it actually has a very tremendous view of the canal that runs through town here. And so it's very scenic, and it's close to all the amenities right downtown here. However, this apartment building is what they would call low-income housing. From what I understand and gather from some of their tenants, the people that live within this building are living on welfare, maybe don't have a job, or are suffering from some sort of physical or intellectual disability and just need assistance. This apartment building several months ago had 4 social workers in the apartment building that were supplying services to all the tenants, and they would do all kinds of things. They would take them out to buy groceries, they would take them to doctor's appointments, they would just take care of their needs and just support them in however they wanted. And from what I understand, they did a good job. However, the regional governments, not the provincial or not the federal government, decided to cut funding to 2 of these positions. And so they went from 4 people down to 2 people. And so obviously the people within this apartment building were very distraught. I mean, they weren't thrilled about losing half their support. And so they went out on the street and were handing out flyers, and had signs that said, who's going to care for us now? Don't you care? Call your regional government and tell them to, increase funding to our building, and all kinds of things. And I understand that. I understand their perspective. They were almost on the bad end of the proverbial Band-Aid being ripped off the skin, and they were the ones feeling the pain. And so I generally felt truly bad for them. However, I think the regional government did the right thing. In fact, I truly believe that they should have done a lot more. I think they should have cut funding 100%. In fact, I think the government should get right out of the social work business. I think they should cut funding to all similar programs. I think they're into this thing way too heavily. And in fact, I want to see them go outside these programs and cut funding to a lot of other things that they do, therefore reducing our overall tax load. And I'll get back to the apartment building and why this would be potentially good for the members in the apartment building. Although they will go through a little bit of pain, so again, that's where the controversy comes in. But I think government should cut taxes. I don't think I should be funding taxes as a business owner, or even as a staff person, or even as a consumer paying taxes for whatever service or good that I'm buying. I don't think I should have to be forced to fund these programs whether I like it or not. I don't think that should be done to me. There's almost a proverbial gun to the head, and it's not obviously literal, but if you don't pay your taxes, they will send fines, and you'll get audited, and you'll potentially go to jail and face criminal charges and all those things. So there is almost a gun to your head if you don't pay these taxes. I don't think that should be the case. And I'll paint a world for you without taxes. Imagine a Canada without taxes. People would generally have a ton more money. Some Canadians pay, north of 50% income tax, plus all the sales taxes and provincial taxes and all that, and so we're taxed a lot. And some people would say that maybe those people aren't taxed enough on the higher brackets, but even on the lower brackets, everybody's taxed way more. So imagine all that freed up money with not having to pay up taxes. people would just have a lot more to spend. They could go out and buy new homes or new cars, or go out to eat, or send their kids to private education, or take their family for trips, or any number of things, and donate to charity. They could do a lot more with their money. And this, in turn, even if it's all for themselves, would create more jobs, create more products for more services. There'd be such a demand for new employees, because as people are buying, cars and houses and watches or something, or even sending their kids to private school, people will have to be there to sell that to them. They'll have to be there to make those things for them or provide the service for them. And so there'll be more Canadians with jobs. And in fact, there'll be such a demand for jobs that people even with no education or no skills will be offered jobs with training, with education, so that they could potentially fill the demand of whatever products that they have. And even with that, so people within this, now taking it back to this apartment building, would then have opportunities for jobs. And in fact, they may even have opportunities to pick and choose the jobs that they really, really want, and therefore create their own future. Now, for those that have intellectual or physical disabilities, that is an unfortunate circumstance, but even they can work. I have a number of clients within the community social service sector that's what they do. They help those people with those disabilities do something, whether it's some sort of job or offering some sort of service that gives those people a purpose and makes them feel good, but also compensates them for their hard work. And people get a tremendous amount of enjoyment from that. So even those people could do something for a minimal amount of hours each and every day if they so choose, but they would also get to choose what types of jobs they would want. And therefore there'd be more money. And again, with more money, people could even donate to the apartment building to support their family members or friends or loved ones or whoever's in there. There'd be just more money. With the government involved, I truly believe that they're taking away. Because as people are paying taxes, the government has to take their cut too. And they have to pay the staffers to allocate the money, or manage the money, and do the audits of apartment buildings, making sure everything's all right. They have to pay all these people that aren't adding any true value to the service. They're just there. And so it's very inefficient. So I think moving to a free market would actually help these people a lot more. And again, I feel bad that they're on the bad end of the stick at the moment. However, I think it's the right path to get there. And I'd be, again, more than willing to help them through that path, but we need to get down that path. And so I know that's a controversial topic. I look forward to your comments and questions. I know there's probably a bit or a couple gaps in what I've talked about today, and so I look forward to filling those in as you ask your questions, and look forward to your feedback. Until then, I wish you all the absolute best.